Oh, hey, what's up, you guys? I didn't see you there because Twitter is freaking hilarious. There's so much funny shit. And speaking of Twitter, you guys should follow me right here. That's my personal one right there. And that's the channel's one right there. This one's pretty dead, but I should start posting more things there. This one I always retweet or post funny ass shit, so you should follow me. But if you're here, you probably already do. Come on, let's be honest. Anyway, I wanted to talk about all the things that Chivas that's been going on with Chivas lately, but I don't want to like exactly recap everything because there was so much that happened, so many things that happened that I could have made incredible videos in, but I mean, I'm just too lazy. Anyway, I'm gonna start making more videos. I'm gonna start talking about just it doesn't take long to to make these videos talking about what you think about what's been going on with Chivas and uploading them. It's pretty simple. So I'm gonna start doing it more often because a lot of things happen. There's always something with Chivas. Always something with Chivas. Anyway, okay, so the squad. I think the squad looks pretty good. So we signed a bunch of players that I think they're good. They're quality. Some of them are very young, and they still are yet to explode. Um, but I think they can do so here at Chivas. The only my only concern is Tena, and I said this when he was first appointed after they sacked Tomas Boy. I wasn't too convinced then, and I'm not too convinced now. He has shown in the past that he can learn from his mistakes. Like when he first came in and he wasn't putting in Beltran, and he was, playing a very similar thing, playing very similar to Tomas Boy in his first game. But he learned, right? And he did the right thing. He put the right players in the right system, and it got him good results towards the tail end of the regular season. Um, but I'm not all too convinced by him. But Pelaez chose to keep him on, and we gotta back our guy, right? Um, but so we signed these players, and there was always this rumor about El Pocho Guzman, and tweeted it at the time. I preferred Eric Aguirre, but we went with Pocho, and I was pretty happy to have him because even though he didn't quite fit, I didn't see how he fit in. He is still a very good player at what he does, which is a very specific thing. But it's not a bad alternative to have him. You can still uh, mix things up, right? Like if you need that kind of play in a certain game, you can put him in and teach all of the players to play around him. But now we don't have that, and now we don't have his name, which I think is important because if a rival sees that we have Borcho, they're just that little bit more scared of us, and that's in our favor. But it turns out that he tested positive. Obviously, everybody knows, and it looks like if they're gonna test the second sample that he gave at the time, and if it turns out negative, he comes to Chivas. He stays, or yeah, he comes back to Chivas. But if it comes out positive, then it's Pachuca's fault. So this seems to me, at least, like a win-win for Chivas. I mean, I don't think they can lose at this point. Um, but I do want to bring up the point that I think Pachuca knew somewhere along the line. I feel like they knew maybe not 5 months ago or 4 months ago, whenever it was, but I feel like they knew a short time after, because my friend Little Hat Trick, um, I'll put his Twitter handle in the description. He mentioned that seems a little bit odd that they sold him within the league, when I feel like everybody feels like he could have gone to Europe, but I think that Pachuca knew, and so they chose not to sell him to Europe, because if he went to Europe, they would definitely find out. And Pachuca thought that they had a better chance of the buying club not finding out if they sold him within Liga MX. I don't know. That's just what I think. And coincidentally, they got rid of Edwin Cardona, which people have been saying that he tested positive as well. They didn't make an effort to keep him, or they sold him. I don't remember. I don't know quite exactly how the contract situation was, but it looks like he's going to Boca. So I don't know. It seems pretty fishy. I've always suspected Pachuca is a very dirty club, and they just keep proving it to me. They give me no reason to think otherwise. Anyway, so that happened, and now we have the squad without Pocho Guzman, and I think it looks good. I think we have good depth. We have some fantastic players, and we got Macias back, which is, if we learn how to play with him and supply him with opportunities, I feel like he can score loads of goals. But he's a very needy striker. You need to supply him. He will hardly create enough opportunities. He doesn't create that much. Does he have some spark in him sometimes? Yes. But I don't think he is quite a game, like a creator. I don't think so. So we need to learn to supply him like they did in Leon. But we have depth, I think, in every position. And my only doubt, again, is with Tena. And he needs to prove that he can manage this squad and get them playing the same style. The same styles. A great team has to be able to change the way they play in order to best fit each match, because each match is different. So you need to be a flexible squad. You need to be a multi-talented player in order to be part of this team. And it's going to take a lot of man management from Tena. And it's going to take a lot of ideas, which I don't even know if he has. I don't know. I feel like we need somebody else. Perhaps younger, with better ideas, newer ideas, something like that. And there are some names that I've been reading, but I can get into those in another video. So yesterday we lost to Dorados 2-1. I watched the whole game, but I watched the second half and then I watched the first half because I missed the first half. And it just showed, I don't know, I feel like the squad, there is a part of me that sees that sometimes the players are trying to be a bit too individualistic because they want to live up to this name that that the media have given them. And that's not what it is. It's about doing the right things, moving into positions that will benefit the attack. And I don't see that quite yet. I see a lot of, for example, Chicote, which is a great player, and he made 2 mistakes in that first half. But other than that, I think he was decent. He is, when he gets in the final third, he's trying to finish every play himself. He's trying to be that showman, which is great. But first, we need to get the basics down. The first thing we need to do is get the basics down, which is playing like a team. And he's not the only one. I've seen it in many players. But that's just touching on the surface of what Dana needs to do. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, because I want him to prove me wrong. I want him to be able to show me that he can use these players perfectly. Briseño had a good game. Briseño was getting rid of a lot of balls that were, dangerous balls. Briseño had a good game. Dieter came in, and he, we needed a player like Dieter from the start. Oribe Peralta, I don't think he can play with JJ. They can't play together. I don't think. And Oribe, he's at this point in his career where he's gonna be very needy, even more so than Macias. I don't think. Well, maybe not more so than Macias, but he's going to be very needy. Even though he tried to, offer an outlet for the midfielders, he tried a little bit, but it's not enough. He's not there anymore. I don't know if he ever will be. So I think he got the starting 11 wrong. But not only the starting 11, I think he hasn't. I don't know if they've worked on breaking these low teams down. I don't know if they have, because it doesn't look like they have. But he should have been doing this, because that's how every rival comes to Chivas' stadium to try and play against them. And that's how it is whenever we go to their place. We play against very low teams, low in the field, compact, very defensive. They will, with speedy wingers, because it's Liga MX, they will pounce on any ball that we lose and counter us. So we need to learn to play against these teams. Do the things that will less likely negatively affect our games. So there's a lot of work to be done. And I'm gonna be posting more videos, because I'm sure, as always, there's more and more things to talk about with Chivas. And they're great opportunities. They hop on, record a video, and post it real quick. So anyway, follow me on Twitter. That's my personal. That's this channel's. I need to breathe this one back into life, because it's kind of dead. But alright, you guys, I'll see you guys very soon. And I want to talk more in depth about certain topics. In this video, I just brushed on them quickly because I missed a lot. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace out, homies.